been 9 days since Rupert Lowe declared he was going to convert Restore Britain from a movement to a political party. And it's been 8 days since I made an open offer on air to Rupert Lowe to consider a merger with Advance UK. I've had no response to that open offer. The only response made was in public by Rupert Lowe on X, in which he said I and members of Advance UK would be free to join Restore Britain. But here's the issue, Rupert. I don't know what Restore Britain is. I've had a look at your website, but there's no draft constitution there. Nothing setting out how the leadership is appointed, how the leadership is held to account, how policies are made, how people to your policy-making committees are appointed, how you're going to set up your national network, how people are going to be recruited into the party. None of this is clear on your website. There's no draft constitutional document. The only document about which I'm aware are the Articles of Association of your country, what you've got on Companies House, and that shows a company limited by one share, private limited company, limited by one share which you own, Rupert. You are the owner and dictator of Restore Britain. And I do also know, and people need to know, that you don't believe in a democratic political party. You've said that to me yourself, and your own spokesman have been on air for the last week saying that actually Rupert Lowe can be trusted to get this done. We don't need a democratic process. I think one of your spokesmen referred to you as Caesar, which is a completely ridiculous turn of phrase, if you don't mind me saying so. The only way the democracy of this country can be restored is through a democratic process. No dictatorial political party will restore our democracy. That's where reform went so wrong. Reform was Farage, Farage was reform. It still is, whatever he might say. And if Restore Britain is going to be Lowe and Lowe is going to be Restore Britain, you too will fail. And that will be disastrous for this country. We've got one chance to save this country. It needs to be done through serious principled politics. It can't be done through a dictatorship at Restore Britain. Now, the other thing which isn't clear is what is Restore Britain? What is its constitution? That's not clear. What do you believe in? What's your political philosophy? I can tell you our political philosophy. We believe in the nation state of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in all its parts and for all its people. The restoration of our Christian constitution and culture, the restoration of our freedoms, freedom from indoctrination of our children, freedom of speech, the restoration of our democracy, which can only be done democratically, getting rid of the international institutions out of the fabric of our country, getting rid of all the domestic bureaucracies and quangos that have got in the way of holding our elected officials to account, and restoring our criminal justice system so that we have equality under the law. That's what we believe in. It's very clear. It's set out in our constitutional documents, but I don't know what you believe in. And I'm labouring this point because in the last week, there's been what I can only regard as a tilt towards ethno-national sort of sound bites from some of your spokesmen. I'm not for a second suggesting that you're prejudiced based on the colour of someone's skin or that they are. I'm not suggesting that. But ethno-nationalism, which effectively means in the United Kingdom, English nationalism, Scottish nationalism, Welsh nationalism and Ulster nationalism will end up breaking the United Kingdom. If those are the voices you want to give voice to, you will end up breaking the United Kingdom. You will deliver for the EU what it's been so desperate to do, which is our breakup. And mass migration, about which I'm so concerned, about which you're so concerned, is actually a move towards breaking up our country. The only way we can stand tall, the only way we will restore the United Kingdom, see off these forces that wish to destroy us, is by standing together. We can't have any form of ethno-nationalism as an agenda. It will end up defeating our very aim of a sovereign, proud, prosperous United Kingdom. It can't happen. So Rupert, if you want a merger with Advance UK, I don't suppose you do, but if you want any coming together of our membership or me or anything, you've got to make your position clear. And let me just tell you what my position is. I made a commitment when I set up Advance UK that I would lead it. And I would stand true, stand firm, stand with fortitude, would not bend in any opposition I would not bend to any opposition until I delivered our mission statement. And I declared that again today to all our members and to everyone listening. I will not bend. I will not give in. I will stand for this country until my last breath is given. So if you want any accommodation with us, Rupert, if you care for the country, Rupert, do the right thing. Make your position clear. Don't be a clickbait merchant. Adopt serious principled politics.